listen, we had to do a take two because it cut the video off. So before y'all even get up in here, I'm gonna just have to talk really fast. Hey, Couture Bays, it's your girl Britt Brack going live with the Bree Talk and Bay Squad. We gotta talk. We gotta talk about Jaguar, Diddy, and Meg Thee Stallion. I deleted the last video because if someone flags the video, because I'm internationally, it stops the video where it was flagged. So y'all please like this video, share this video, share. I will fix the title after we're done because I want to give y'all this good content. So did I tell y'all double tapping the screen is how you can like the video? Hitting those three dots right there is how you can thumbs up, thumbs down, share, and subscribe. Interacting with the video is right here. Boom, boom, boom. I have to do it like that because the hating holes in the back. But let me tell y'all something. It will not work. It will not work. It will not work. So let's start off with Jag. I don't have an issue with Jaguar, right? Y'all know I do not beef with content creators. It does not pay me no money. She left a comment in my comments. Y'all can go check for yourself on Jag being new media. Now, mind you, she comes on the tail end after not bringing y'all no exclusive content from the Diddy trial. She's getting everything from hearsay like we are. I'm international. That's why I'm not in New York. I'm international. That's why I'm not in New York. I'm in Asia. So everything I'm getting is from Pacer. Reading the transcripts. Shout out to the lawyer I work with. He was like, I got a Pacer account here. So I read it during my lunch break because I'm trying to figure out like what's going on. I'm trying to keep up. Excuse me. What I have noticed is there are content creators that are in New York doing the work, whether they're doing it for Diddy or not. Because I did hear that. I heard y'all are getting paid to lie. I hope not. Don't catch yourselves in the lawsuit. But I find it mighty funny that all the hoopla y'all was doing through the media, none of that stuff is true. Go look at some of them content creators who reported on, oh, Usher, Justin Bieber, all this stuff. Those people are not there. They have not been called to the stand, nothing. Y'all have been lying. Not only have y'all been lying about that, y'all lied about the celebrity sex tapes. Cassie said on the stand, unless y'all are calling Cassie a liar, that there were no celebrities. It was their dirty little secret. It was amongst them, and they did it with the BBCs of the escorts. Now, I know y'all like conspiracy theorists. That's why y'all like Jag. And that's why Jag has been able to rebrand herself as new media. But she fumbled hard. She is jealous. She is jealous of the Tisa Tells, the Mims, the Armands, the Donuts, everybody who's inside getting the inside scoop. The Nick at Nights, the Lauren LaRosas. Very scared, very troubled. It is what it is. It is what it is. I just call it like I see it. Don't get mad at me. Because like I said, I'm international. I'm not in America. Otherwise, I would be at the trial. I would be getting that first-hand coverage. I don't need to lie for a coin, okay? Crazy. Not probably hating Dusty. And did y'all see them together? They were together at the trial. I felt like she had the presence that certain content creators didn't have. But either way, I just don't find a lot of them entertaining when they're doing court news. I just don't. That's why I just read the transcript because I feel like people be blowing it out of proportion. Now let's get into Diddy. Diddy, in my opinion, this trial has been a doozy. I feel like it should have been a state trial versus a fed trial, but I get it. You get more years with the feds, but I don't feel like the prosecution has provided the best case. I feel like reading the transcripts of Cassie, the first escort, Dawn, the bestie, the mother, who else? The assistant, the other escort. I feel like they highlighted a lot of drug-fueled interactions, right? Which leads me to what I feel the defense needs to harp on. If everybody is under the influence, how do they know this is going on. I would lean into that because when you're inebriated, the way that they were going 4 hours, dipping it low, picking it up slow. They were running high and low. Diddy even OD'd. How do you know what's what? What's truth? What's reality? Because I know when you're inebriated, a lot of things can happen. That's why I don't participate in the party favors. We like to do us a little apple juice, and we do that in moderation because you see what happens to people when they're on that stuff. It just takes control of their mind, and then their inner demons come out. The fact that Cassie said she had to do something to her brain so she wasn't out here with that high sex drive like that, because I was like, girl, what? But I feel like Carrie was the best witness, the ex-bestie. She was like, this is ghetto. Girl, he's knocking you between the washer and dryer. What is wrong with you? I feel that wholeheartedly. She said, Diddy hit me with the hanger. He only had one time, and I was out. She got her money. I think she only got like $30,000 and cut Diddy and Cassie off. That's how you do it. And Carrie has been living a well-kept life. If you know, you know. She's been living a well-kept life. She didn't have to succumb to none of that. She was like, girl, we're beautiful. We're young. We're the baddies. She pretty much said Cassie was a pick-me who would do anything to get picked. That's what I heard Carrie say. I don't know. When I was just like, what? She established that there was control in the relationship. She established that Cassie was a pick me. That's pretty much what it was. And that Diddy was an old man with a wallet, but he wasn't that. And she said it to Cassie, like, girl, he's not even that powerful, and you doing all this for him. I can introduce you to some better men, like you don't even have to do half this shit. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Carrie. I like Carrie. Carrie came through. And Don, on the other hand, Don gave me, and I hate to say this, because if the prosecution loses, they're going to blame Don. They're not going to blame Cassie. I want y'all to understand that. They're going to blame Don because Don was in there. She looked tired. She looked, for the pictures outside, she just didn't look like refreshed, like she got any sleep. She looked like she was lying. They didn't even say lying on the stand. They said, I think the word was embellished. Was it embellished? It was something. They did not call her a liar. They literally called it something else. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. This is crazy. So I'm sitting there and I'm just like, you're watching all this domestic violence. Nobody's calling the police, but you got your strength. I said this before. Once Cassie got her money to tell, that is weird. That is weird. And she got what she deserved on the stand. Look, and she feels good at night. My only thing is this. In her lawsuit, she said there was underage children at these parties. What's up with that? Did she lie about that? Let's get to Mr. Hayes. Mr. Hayes painted it out perfectly. He said it was a very controlling, demeaning relationship. He said whatever Diddy said goes. If he said jump, they said how high. I loved it, okay? I really felt like, yeah, we're finally getting somebody to do something in this thing. Heck yeah, it is what it is. This is what I'm talking about. The whole time I was listening to these testimonies, reading the documents, not once did celebrities really come up unless it was the celebrities Cassie was sleeping with. Where did y'all get all this other information about Usher and Justin Bieber and Jay-Z and all this other stuff? 50 Cent needs to be, if Diddy walks, y'all need to have some papers on 50 Cent and Gene Deal and the rest of these Diddy liars, because a lot of these Diddy liars are helping his case, and he's going to use everything y'all said that was a lie to get an appeal. Mark my words. Mark my words. He's definitely going to do some time, and he might even get an appeal. But mark my words. I was like, And shout out to Cassie's mom. I do feel bad for her that she had to testify, but it should have been Cassie's daddy up there testifying, because how come the mother had to put the loan, take out the loan, and I feel she established the control and all that, and then he gave the money back. How come, the mother was threatened with the sex tapes? They didn't go to the FBI. Like, where was the father? Where is y'all daddies? That was another thing. Dawn, you was on the bridge in New Orleans and your daddy came and Diddy walked away alive, breathing. Girl, what kind of daddy y'all got? Like, y'all fathers is weak. I'm sorry. And this goes into what I've been saying. You can tell the dynamics of the Diddy Cassie partnership relationships by the weak people. Y'all keep talking about Faith is a victim, Faith Evans. Faith Evans has told y'all she always got her money. She was not playing with Diddy. Y'all clearly didn't read Keeping the Faith, the book, the memoir. She told y'all nobody was keeping her from her money. Not even Biggie. Y'all do know Faith is the reason Biggie's mother, God rest her soul, was able to have all that money and do all the things she wanted to with the estate. Y'all don't be reading nothing. And it shows. Y'all just be taking the word of hearsay people. I feel like, hey boo. I feel like the people who will bring Diddy down are his old business partners. The people who formerly worked at Bad Boy. The Clive Davises. The Jimmy Iovine's. You see, they're not on the stand. They were right there alongside, but we're trying to act like, oh my God, see, no, oh. They should have been called to the stand. And that's where I feel like the prosecution did a disservice, because they should have called some of them old heads who don't like Diddy to the stand. You don't gotta call Jimmy or Clive, those are his homeboys. Call the other ones who hated working with him. Call the Tommy Mottolas. He's been very vocal about not liking Diddy, because I guess he was able to help J-Lo get out of her contract or something. I don't know. But either way, I feel like this should have been a state case more than a Fed case. I do think Diddy is going to serve some time, because Mr. Hayes said he was controlling, he was demeaning, they were always under the influence. So you cannot do contracts and deals and stuff like that when you're under the influence. 25-8. That's literally what Hayes pointed out. But let's move into Make the Stallion. Let's move out to Make the Stallion. People need to mind their business. Was you there? I mean, you need to mind your business, because look at you, you're here. Yup, they take the word of social media. I don't take the word of social media. I go read. I was not a child that was left. Even though I said George W. Bush Jr. should pay for his crimes. He should pay for his crimes. What is the new evidence? I haven't seen no new evidence when it comes to this Make the Stallion case. Do you understand? Hey, y'all. Hey, babes. I have not seen any new evidence. Everything is hearsay. Everything is word of mouth. I don't like that. If you have new evidence, file it. I told y'all the girls have been left. Y'all are sitting up here listening to a bitter woman. Milagro is bitter. Let's be very clear. She's bitter. She has been doing the work. As somebody said in my comments, she has been a foot soldier for Tory Lanez, just for Tory to pay her back with paying her dust. She's talking about, I would never turn on Tory. You're a fool. You're a fool. He's in prison. He's in the prison hospital, or whatever they call it, the lockdown. He is locked to a hospital bed. Just FYI, because some of y'all never been to a prison. Y'all never even been to a real court. He is handcuffed to the gurney. And y'all are out here swinging and making for this man who would not even do the service of getting on the stand and saying, Kelsey did it. This man has been caught, and I'm going to do another upload of him saying, I'm sorry. I was so... y'all want us to believe so bad they were fighting about Kylie. When they were sent there to take Megan out, y'all don't like to believe the eyewitness who said they were dragging her towards the bridge to throw her over. So y'all want to believe hearsay and conspiracy theories of the Milagros and the DJ Academics and the Joe Bidens and the rest of these yahoos with no concrete evidence. Where is the concrete evidence? Y'all like, he didn't have anything. He had gun residue on him. He did not go to prison for shooting Megan. He went to prison because he wasn't even supposed to be around a weapon. Y'all didn't know he just got in trouble, last year with having a weapon, and his baby mama turned ex-wife took the charge? Y'all do y'all research on everything but the real stuff. Y'all do y'all research on everything but the real stuff. He was violent all the way up until he went to trial. He pulled a gun out on Travis Scott. That is on camera. He fought August Alsina because August Alsina said he didn't want to be around him. He's trouble. He fought Selena Powell with Kaylin Garcia, Joe Budden's ex, because she told the world about him. He threatened his ex-girlfriend of taking her out. But y'all believe this petite king is Malcolm X or somebody. What has he done for the people? He hasn't liberated nobody. He ain't doing nothing for the community. He's talking about I'm protecting black women because, you know, she's a mother. So you go leave your only son? Who needs you to protect an assistant? A glorified assistant. I'm starting to think a lot of y'all are the problem. A lot of y'all are the problem. I don't care what Angela Scotton says. I don't care what none of them say. Bring the receipts. And if they have the receipts, take it to the appellate court so you can get you a new trial. They can't. That's why they're begging for a pardon, because he's guilty and he wants to be free. He's guilty and wants to be free. He didn't ask to be exonerated. You know, like the Central Park Five, they didn't ask for a pardon. They asked to be exonerated. Just like the man, I think his name is Michael somebody, and they say he Me Too'd that lady just for us to find out he didn't. He said, I want to be exonerated, not pardoned. Some of y'all are slow. Real slow. And it shows. Y'all be like, she lied, she lied, she lied. She told lies. They all lied. But guess what she did? She got on the stand. Botch Booty Kelsey sat there and perjured herself. She's a fool, because if Gavin Newsom gets funky enough because he wants to be a president, he might tell them, hey, go get her and put her in a cell next to him. Oh, I'm deleting it. Thank y'all. Y'all are weird. I don't care if y'all scream free Tory. I feel like this. Prison is not a place for people. Prison, still in 2025, they have gang activity. They're in there doing party favors. They're taking the man's hoods of other men forcibly or without force. It's not a place for happy-go-lucky people. Prison changes you. And that's what Tory should have thought about before he decided to ride. But I will hit y'all with a bigger one. If he was willing to ride so hard for the black women, how come he didn't take the plea deal? Since he was doing the charge, that came with no prison time. 2 years probation. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? I told y'all that. 2 years probation. That's why Sean Hawley was like, I'm done. I'm done with the sneak route and this hush. Let me go defend the whites. They know when to take a plea deal. Everybody who did not listen to Sean Hawley went to prison. Did y'all hear me? Everybody who did not listen to Sean Hawley went to prison. When Lindsay Lohan was on them ski slopes out her mind, she got probation. Y'all don't know that though. Y'all don't know that. She got probation. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Probation. Y'all be believing the liars. I don't need to lie to y'all because I get nothing by lying. I built my platform on telling y'all the truth and saying I don't believe we should get sued, but a lot of y'all are gonna get sued. After Milagro gets wrapped up with a bow and tucked under the tree and be banned from the internet, she's coming for the rest of y'all. And y'all don't believe it because y'all are fools. She's coming for the rest of y'all because she's gonna make y'all pay like y'all weigh. She's out here getting paid just to exist. Some of y'all can't relate. Y'all are going to be so sad. And she's going to hit you where it hurts. Donald Trump just put in that new, you can't do deep fakes. All you content creators who are sharing those deep fakes who don't like Megan, busted. I said y'all should have been nervous when she looked back in the screen at the mirrors and she was seeing herself. She was facing herself. I told y'all then when she did his, she was coming for everything. She was getting it back in blood. I know what a angered Aquarius can do. Do y'all? Do y'all? No, y'all don't, because y'all think it's a game. And because you think it's a game, she's about to play the biggest game with you. Yeah, this lady likes Halloween. She's all for the tricks and the treats. Mm-hmm. And it's sad because we just seen Milagro crashing out 40 days and 40 nights. If y'all don't believe me, let me play a little snippet. Let me play a little snippet that I heard. I said, girl, they never learn. They never learn. They never learn. They never learn. Be careful of a woman who likes Halloween, baby. They are dangerous. This is some of the stuff she was saying.
I was never understand it. I don't know if he's just choosing to keep his distance because he's not trying to make a further connection that her camp is trying to prove. We just have to see what the heck is gonna happen. Hey, and then I understand that, but I don't think it's fair to Lily to have to even be in a space where she needs to be questioning that. Sorry, her support has been for him. It depends on the state you in. That's the problem. But she did a lot of that stuff out in California and all. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a little weird out there. No, isn't the case out of Florida? Yeah, she caught it in Florida. Oh, in Florida. Oh, that's right. Yeah. She knew what she was doing. Of course. Yeah, exactly. Florida. How the hell did they get to Florida? Because she claims she lives in Florida all of a sudden.
Listen, it's coming up.
Using the same address that T. Ferris has been. That's his house. That's crazy.
Got her. She said you were a stalker. Baby, you all in it, y'all. You can't make this up. The girls don't want to be saved. Hey, young Prince, the girls don't want to be saved. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. I want to be saved. Listen, get you some of this. Can y'all see this? Black owned. Black owned. It's amazing. I love it. Love it. Black owned business. Good for the lips. They're not paying me to promo, but lips be looking right. Buy this for your kids. They got even lotions too. Hell yeah. But yeah, y'all see that? In 4K. In 4K. You are accused of being a cyber stalker. Busted. What? Melly, oh my gosh. And you're not going to be the only one. And that's what's unfortunate. That's what's unfortunate. You're not going to be the only one. She took every stone y'all threw at her and created a brand. A big one. But on that note, what are your thoughts, Bay Squad? We've been here rather long. What are your opinions? Comment down below. I gotta go. Bye, hoes.